this is Impossible Coin. Tegan's out this week. My name is Rocky Hardy, and I'm here with the illustrious Brian Cartwright.
Illustrious? I've been upgraded.
Yeah, I suppose you have. And as always, we have a special treat. We are here with the insatiable, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Sach.
Oh, well, hello, Rocky and Brian. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I like that intro, man. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. Something nice about being called that, being referred to that way.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to let the people know what it is. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Since we are off the cuff, off the leash, Brian's going to open out with a little bit of what he's looking forward to with All Out.
Oh, yeah. So I guess for American wrestling fans who are not sports entertainment fans, this is probably the biggest weekend of the year. That seems right.
I think I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah. So this is AEW All Out weekend, and it is the return after 7 years of CM Punk to wrestling. Oh.
Whatever did happen to that guy?
Oh, he did a lot of MMA. Not very well, might I add. Although he did do commentary for a promotion called CFFC, which a friend of mine from high school fought in, and actually got to do commentary with CM Punk. And he was a huge wrestling fan growing up. We used to always talk about wrestling when we were in high school, and his favorite wrestler is CM Punk. So that was kind of crazy that he was able to do that.
Good for him.
That was like a couple months ago too, which is crazy to think about because now he's wrestling again.
Ha! So maybe your friend could actually claim credit for getting CM Punk back into wrestling. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, we'll all shout out to Pumi. He's the one who got CM Punk back in the ring.
Shout outs to Pumi. Anyways.
Yeah.
Man. So I'm totally stoked for that. I thought it was hilarious that when they made the match between him and Darby, normally Darby is ridiculously this stoic tryhard. But when CM Punk is I'm going to fight you at All Out, it was all Darby could do to not mark out up there in the fucking rafters.
Yeah, seriously. He's trying. It's so hard to not smile. He's for people who don't know, he's literally has a skull painted on his face. You know what I mean? He's that kind of. He rides around on a skateboard and stuff. He's that kind of stoic, edgy, guy. So like you said, Brian. So it's it's so great to see even him just that slight smirk. You're just oh, okay.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm really looking forward to Miro versus Eddie Kingston. It's had one of the smallest builds of the show, but I'm really fucking looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, I love both of them, and I love they had that little showdown. What was it? Was that last night or was that?
Last night on Rampage.
That was last night on Rampage. Yeah, and that was, I mean, yeah, they both can just go on the mic, and I love it. So I'm happy to see them go on the mic. I'm happy to see them go in the ring, dude. I love Miro. I just love his look. He just looks so good, man. It's just he's got that thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd say at this point, it feels what's weird is that Vince McMahon spent years trying to sell Miro as a Russian, despite the man being a Bulgarian. Right. But now, with his current character, he kind of feels what if Zangief was the top of the Street Fighter power chart?
Yeah, no, literally. What? That's what he's coming out there looking like Zangief. Yeah.
It's just, but oh god, last night, when Eddie Kingston hit us with, redeem D's nuts,
yeah.
I just about fell out my chair.
Oh, I love it.
I love to see redeem D's nuts trending on Twitter.
Yeah. Redeem D's nuts. Yeah, on Twitter too.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. Rocky, Eddie Kingston is trying to think of the best way to explain Eddie Kingston. He's a guy who's he doesn't look like what a lot of people assume a professional wrestler should look like. he's also like very like rough around the edges in like a very like blue collar kind of way, and not in like a blue collar kind of way like somebody who's like doing like a blue collar character, like a Stone Cold. Like there's a very like raw quality to Eddie Kingston, and it's very empathetic. It's very real.
I mean, he's like someone's uncle from Yonkers, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's basically what he looks like, you know.
All right.
Yes.
And he just has that vibe that it's like, you know, you go into your room and you're like, hey, you know, Uncle Eddie, like, you know, these kids were like, you know, talking smack to me at the, you know, at the basketball court, and he'd be like, yo, like, let me show him where it's at, you know what I mean? Like, and he'd just come out there. That's the kind of like look and vibe he gives off, you know what I mean? Like, he'd just go up to anyone and do whatever, even, like,
Yeah, he's got such an energy. I'm absolutely like super duper marked out for Britt Baker. She's my fucking queen.
She's awesome. Yeah, she is awesome.
Like, I'm so glad that like everything has come together for her, because like at the beginning of AEW, there were definitely like a lot of like keyboard warriors who were like, I don't understand why they even signed Britt Baker. And it's like, well, Britt Baker was great on the indies. But for some reason, as a babyface, she wasn't clicking with the crowd.
Yeah, it wasn't at first, for sure. Yeah.
But like, what's wild is like they turned Britt Baker heel, and now the crowds just can't help but cheer for her as loud as possible.
Yeah, that's the curse of wrestling in the modern age, right?
Oh God, yes.
But it's great. I love Britt Baker too, dude. I just. She's so she just grabs your attention in the ring in such a in such a great way, you know. Just a great all around performer.
It's, you know, like one of the phrases that gets tossed around so much and like overused and misused is like a new Stone Cold. And like I think that like has a very, very specific meaning, which is that like a person is working heel, like in the style of wrestling that they're using in ring, in the type of promo that they're delivering, but like the crowd's like, you know what, fuck it, like I don't care that like you're obviously supposed to be the villain in this match. I am cheering for you. Like you're the bad one. I am cheering for you. And like that's really where Britt is, and
yeah,
I just can't wait to watch her just straight up fucking murder Chris Statlander.
Yeah, who is also awesome. By
Yeah,
the way. She is. I really do like love Chris Statlander, but yeah, she no chance. I mean, there's no chance. She's winning that match.
Like,
I'm also.
Oh, what are you looking forward to, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm definitely also looking forward to the Kojima Moxley match. I know it's probably gonna be early on the card, nothing too crazy, but I really love Kojima, and you know, Moxley's always great. So
oh, God bless John Moxley. Like the guy is living his best life. He leaves WWE and is like, all right, I'm just gonna go do everything I ever wanted to do in wrestling. I'm going to wrestle all of my heroes. Like if you go back and you read interviews with him, and he like deliberately calls out people who he's like, so and so is my hero. Now he's getting to wrestle all of those people, and like in more than one case, put them in front of like U.S. audiences who've never heard of them before, for the most part. So like, good for Moxley. Like, and he's still got that like slow build happening on
Tanahashi, yeah.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking. So I think what they're trying to do is because Tana, you know, the you know, all the quarantining and who can go in and out, and
right
now that he's champion, they want him probably on New Japan more, so he's going to be in Japan more. And so I think what they're going to do is they're going to start, you know, he's going to basically go through all the guys until he gets a Tanahashi match, and he's just getting increasingly frustrated that he's not getting his Tanahashi match. I think that's where they're gonna go with
yeah.
Really fun. Yeah, that's like, it's like, you're giving me everyone else, just give me Tanahashi. I need him. I need this belt back. Yeah.
Okay, so which really slow build are you into more? Moxley wants Tanahashi, or Moxley wants Nick Gage. Both are active and ongoing.
Which one do I want more?
Yeah.
I would say Tanahashi because I'm not like a huge deathmatch person. So I think the Nick Gage one is also, but I think that blow off is going to be probably insane for that. I just don't know. Like, yeah, I'm just not a big deathmatch guy.
Yeah.
For example, the Chris Jericho and Nick Gage match, that was not for me. For example, I was not personally into that.
Best picture-in-picture goof ever. Like,
yes, that was amazing, though. Yes, that was amazing. Yes.
Rocky. So when Chris Jericho had a death match against Nick Gage on TNT, Nick Gage was going to work on Chris Jericho with a pizza cutter to his forehead.
Sure.
At the same time, in picture, a Domino's pizza ad was playing, showing a pizza cutter being used on a fresh pie.
That's a good choice.
As he holds up the bloody pizza cutter in camera frame. You can like see it like and then like right next to it. It's so perfect. It's like the pizza being cut. It's so good.
Jesus.
Oh man, yeah.
Domino's has stopped their advertising on AEW programming.
It's a good move. I ain't mad at him.
Like, how do you feel about the, like, you mentioned Moxley Kojima? Are there any other matches that I haven't mentioned that are ringing your bell that you're excited for?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not excited for Chris Jericho versus MJF, and I'm definitely not excited for Big Show versus QT Marshall. I'll tell you that those two that I really don't have much interest in. I'm tired of watching Chris Jericho. I feel like he just doesn't really, like, I don't know. He just looks old, like just not like himself anymore in the ring. I think he needs time off, you know. And also, I'm just tired of this feud. I just like want it to pay off. It's like it keeps like getting to a point where they're like it's about to pay off, and then it doesn't, and it's like
And it's like I understand what the fucking point of it is at this point, and it sucks. Which is that like Fozzy is about to go on tour,
right?
And so the whole point here is that like MJF is going to win, and Chris Jericho is going to be sad. And then like Chris Jericho is going to disappear because Chris Jericho needs to go on tour, with his tour culminating in the fucking Jericho Cruise. And like I'm really at a point where I'm just like, free his faction, you know, like free his boys, like let them go, like join other factions, do other things.
Yes, please. Just do anything else, like. Please have them do anything else. You know,
like let Sammy and Fuego hang out together. They're over together. That's neat. Santana and Ortiz need a babyface tag run.
They do. I mean, I feel like they're so underutilized in what they're doing. You know, just inner circle this and that.
Hopefully, like Jake Hager can go work at a Best Buy and get off of my television.
Yes, and that he does look like a guy that works at Best Buy.
Yeah. Like I too am like very tired of like Jericho trying to wrestle, because like he doesn't seem to like particularly care about like what his body can or can't do at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like there's plenty of guys his age who put on like good matches, and it's because they're like willing to like listen to their body and like be like stay within like the limit of what they can do. And it's like Chris Jericho, sir, Sting is 62 fucking years old, and he does not look like trash at the end of a match because Sting is willing to listen to his body.
Yeah,
and like you just look like a guy who tried to win a Hot Wings challenge at a Hooters, and just
seriously, it's like I hate to like be like, because I it's so weird because it is like an aesthetic type of sport, you know, if you want to call it sport, right? Or industry. So it's like you're gonna comment on the way that people look, and he just looks like not like he just doesn't look good. His eyes are always like red and like bloodshot, and he just like he just looks like a drunk guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just kind of like it times just feels. I'm like, I don't want to watch this guy. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. And like I have zero problem with a worker obviously being bigger. Like I have
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
It's more that he gets gassed. And
okay. Yeah.
You know, it's that he looks exhausted. It looks like any given movement is like just like too much for him. And then we're supposed to like buy him as currently like this fucking god of pro wrestling. And that's where like I think that Japanese and Mexican wrestling have an edge on like American wrestling in that like they're willing to do stories where like performers like cycle down their power level as they age.
Yeah.
And it's like that makes sense. You know, like we're not asked to like believe that like fucking Arn Anderson can like block Malachi Black's fucking kick, you know, like
right, exactly.
You know, like because like I see that and I'm just like, come on, you know, like I definitely am with you on the Paul White and QT Marshall thing because like I would be more interested in like seeing QT Marshall get a proper match because they gave him a faction and it worked out.
Yeah,
and it's like the fucking Big Show. No one is here for the Big Show.
Like nobody ever, like, and no, I don't think anybody really ever. Maybe he was a draw, but like and like, you know, that era of wrestling, like I wasn't allowed to like watch wrestling on TV. So like I know it mostly from playing video games, but like I just don't like I just never thought of the Big Show as someone that people were like, dude, like I love the Big Show, you know what I mean? Like I just can't wait to see that Big Show match, you know?
Why did they keep booking him? Like what the fuck is up?
I don't know. It's like Rocky. If it was possible to put money laundering into wrestling booking, that's the Big Show. Like,
I mean, all right, sure.
Like he's a void for attention. I'm planning on going potty during that match. You know?
Yeah.
Although a built-in bathroom break is actually a pretty decent like scheduling idea. So there's that.
Yeah, that is kind of how they do these kind of the matches, right? The cards are built around like you have big matches, then you have these kind of like blow off, like payoff, not payoff, but like blow off matches. It's kind of like whatever, you know, people go to the bathroom, get their hot dogs and their beer or whatever, and then come back for the next big match.
For sure,
that's kind of how they.
And this is definitely a trip to the potty and grab a beer.
Otherwise, very exciting show, and I'm extremely looking forward to it.
I guess the only match that we didn't mention that I specifically wanted to call out that I'm excited for is the Women's Casino Battle Royal. Yeah. Like I'm so excited to see Ruby Soho off the chain. She's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm excited to see her finally debut in AEW. So
yeah. Sach, tell me about the DJ.
Oh, the DJ. Yeah. So, my girlfriend and I went to a bar last night. It's like a local bar. We go there pretty often. It's like, you know, it's a fairly like, you know, people my age, you know, or maybe sometimes a little younger, but around my age, maybe a little older too. It's like between like 21 and 30, I would say is like the typical age range of the bar. Okay.
All right.
So we get there and like we have dinner, we start like drinking, and then there's like a DJ, you know, he's like playing whatever, like pop music or whatever. And then we like look onto the dance floor, and there's like a lot of like older people on the dance floor. Okay. And it was just like, okay, this is kind of like different. All right. Like I wasn't expecting like a large amount of like an older crowd today, you know,
right.
Like it's just kind of threw me off a little bit.
Sure. Been there.
And so we're hanging out, you know, and, eventually like the DJ, he starts like changing. I think he wants to like cater to the crowd a little bit. So he starts like changing the I guess the playlist, you know, and now he starts switching to like 80s music, you know, and it's like, oh, I'm playing all this 80s music. And then as soon as he started doing that, by the way, like the dance floor cleared out. All the people stopped dancing. they just didn't care. They were like not interested in dancing to 80s music. And he kept going for a while. And then he went into like the mixing part of the night where he started like making mixes, and I wish I could remember. Like I was a little inebriated, so I can't remember off the top of my head like two songs that he had mixed together. I wish I did remember, but he started like mixing songs, and like there would be two completely different vibes. And then it would just be the same beats per minute, right? So like they would be on beat, but like they just would not match at all. Like the vibe, like he was putting like like weird like hip hop tracks with like rock songs, and just like it was just like weird. It just didn't sound right. And then a lot of times he was just putting on songs that were in the same BPM and then just off key. So like the vocals were just off key with the beat. And I was like, dude, this guy, I was like, and like nobody is dancing at this point. I mean, it was just like completely emptied out. Like people are like there. Everyone's just sitting at like, inside the bar or outside in like the smoking section bar. And it was just like nobody, like there's a whole like open area they have where like people could be sitting or doing whatever. But no, like that's where the dancing's supposed to happen. None of that's happening. And oh man, it was a night. And then there was this white lady who was just like trying to just go crazy with her dancing, and it was really funny because Crazy in Love came on, and then we were just like, oh, she's gonna try to be Beyonce, and she did try to be Beyonce.
On Beyonce's birthday,
doing a lot of hair flip, you know what I mean, like like the hair flipping thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was just like it was.
Damn, can't believe they disrespect Beyonce on her birthday. That's insane.
Fuck.
It was definitely a night. And then I came home, right, in my nice inebriated state, and I typed up all my notes for the podcast. Could you tell?
It was Rocky, go ahead.
Nah, I didn't have anything.
Because I hopped into the dock, I guess, at about 1 a.m. or so, and like I just saw text like drifting to the left, and then I saw like Sach had made a bullet point. Wow, this document's formatting is kind of fucked here because of me. Sorry, guys.
But Rocky fixed it,
yeah,
and
no worries.
It's all back to the way it should be. The moral of the story is that if you're a DJ, two things: make sure that your acapella and your instrumental are on key, and the second thing, make sure that the songs fit together. I mean, just because they match doesn't mean that they actually fit. I mean, you're a DJ; that's your job. You should probably,
True.
like know that part, right? That's the part that fascinates me so much. Is that like he got paid to do that?
Like Rocky, you'll have to tell me if I've ever told this story on the podcast before. Have I ever told the story of my wedding DJ on the show?
Yes.
Okay. Sach, did you hear me? Have you ever heard this story about the DJ who worked my wedding reception?
I think I recall it, but you're going to have to jog my memory.
Okay, so when my then fiance and I sat down with the person booked to be our DJ, I gave for him a very, very small set of like absolute rules, and beyond the set of absolute rules, I had a very small list of like things I wanted. Not things I necessarily needed, but things I just wanted. Thing I said I wanted was like, look, if you can strip the vocals out of Question of Time by Depeche Mode, when like Beth and I come into the room and you're like, hey, here's the couple, like, then we'd like that. But if you can't get the vocals out, or if you don't have a copy of it with the vocals out, don't use it, because then it would be entirely inappropriate. Right? Like,
right.
And he's like, yeah, no problem. Right? And I'm like, okay, like, here's the thing. I would very much like if at our reception, if at no point the fucking chicken dance is played. Like, if people come up to you and they ask, can you play the chicken dance? You're like, hey, sorry, I don't have it. It's like, please, 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 do not play the chicken dance.
Fucking McMurray.
Do white people play the chicken dance at weddings?
Yes, they do. It's a horrific cliche. I think it was in New Girl, actually.
It was, in fact, featured in New Girl.
Okay. I've only seen one episode of New Girl, and that's coincidentally that was the Indian wedding episode.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Well, my family friend was an extra in that episode, so we were like just watching for him in like the 2 seconds he was in it with Taylor Swift.
Fuck.
Continue.
And I also said, please, 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 do not ever use the phrase when addressing the crowd, "Let's get this party started." I'm like, I don't ask for much in this life. These are the things I ask for. Right? I'm trying to... Oh, the electric slide. That was the other thing I said don't do. I said, do not play the electric slide. Do not play the chicken dance. People come up and ask you for these two things. Just tell them you don't have them. You know?
Yeah.
And so then Beth and I come out, and he plays Question of Time with lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right? And he had never gotten back to me regarding the music for the mother-son dance. So I go out to the floor with my mom, at which point fucking Harry Connick Jr., It Had to Be You, starts playing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this is after the Question of Time, right? And like I'm already hot. Like I'm already mad. So then like I'm sitting at, my table, and then the electric slide plays.
Oh my God! I knew where this was going. Oh my God!
And I'm like, oh God, my power level is rising. I'm gonna have to go do fucking push-ups. And then the chicken dance. And I go over there and I say to him, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? At which point he gets this look of evil comes over his face. Like, the perennial terrible Facebook comic, like, haha, I am the manager.
Yeah.
Right. It's like this, he gets the look of evil, just fills his face, at which point he takes the mic on his DJ rig and says, Brian, I'm just trying to... Flips the switch. And he says to the mic, get this party started!
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
He held on to the last one until I came over to complain.
Wait, what an asshole, dude.
The bonus is...
Post-credit scene.
The post-credit scene is that he had been paid by Beth and I before the fucking event. So he already had his money.
Oh.
And so first, he went up to Beth's dad and said, these kids haven't paid me. I'm coming to you because I suspect they haven't paid me because they can't.
What?
At which point Beth's dad gave him his money all over again. And so then he swung by Beth's great uncle Irv, and said, hey, Irv, Bob told me to come see you about the money. Picking up a third full payment and then left.
Oh my God.
So that guy's a nightmare.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Fuck him.
Something about DJs.
Man. Fucking psychopaths. Do you think it's because of the power that they get from the little turntables? Like, what makes a DJ that way?
Dude, it's like, and the funniest thing is that most DJs don't even use the turntables because there's no need to.
Nope.
You know what I mean? They just have it. They just have the system that has fake turntables on it.
They're like, I have the conch, my fake turntables give me power. It's like, are you actually do anything with those? No, I'm not.
No, but they look cool though.
Like they're there in case I need them when I fade from this LaRue song to this Daft Punk song. Like I'm covered. I'm good.
Oh my
god. Also, Sach, you recently experienced the DJ of weather events.
Yes, the DJ of weather events, Hurricane Ida. So yeah, I actually got out kind of easy because my girlfriend and I were staying at my parents' apartment in New York City, and that apartment's on like the 30th floor of a building, so we didn't get affected by it there. But although I did actually finally I met I'm going kind of all over the place here, but that night, Wednesday night, we hear like the hurricane's coming in, but like at that point I think it's coming in like later in the night, right? So I actually go out to meet one of my coworkers who I haven't met any of I like work fully remote, like my company's fully remote. So actually like I grabbed a beer with one of my coworkers. It was really nice. It was like chill. And then we go to leave the bar and it's like it is raining so freaking hard, and we were like, "Oh crap." And someone was like, "Well, why didn't you just wait till the rain stopped before you left the bar?" Like someone on the team the next day. We were like, "Yo, you didn't hear about the hurricane? Like it wasn't gonna stop." And I didn't have an umbrella, so I walk home. I walk back to my parents' apartment where my girlfriend's staying, and I go and my clothes. It literally felt like I jumped into a pool. Like I'm so wet, it's like I jumped into a pool. And my parents, like, thankfully, like we had some flooding, I think, after Sandy, which was really bad. Like Hurricane Sandy hit, the area really bad, and my family was lucky. We only lost power for a day, but people lost power for like weeks and weeks. Right. We didn't have school for like 2 weeks. That was like the best part, because like the school just didn't have power. Like it was crazy. But now it was like a lot of flooding, people getting stuck in cars. Like coming back from the city, it was like, we had to kind of think about changing our route because like Route 1, which is like one of the major highways that we travel on, was flooded as well. So it's kind of crazy. Like I was seeing posts on Reddit about it, like people posting like pictures, and there was like someone posted a picture of like the mall, like this mall close by to my house, and like the highway just completely like water all the way up to the divider. And it's funny because like, I guess not funny, but like going southbound, it completely filled up with water, and on the northbound side, it was just wet, like it was raining, and you could drive on there. Yeah. It's like, someone was like, New Jersey dividers in action,
Jesus.
I guess, but it was definitely rough, and like a lot of people, lost their lives. It's kind of really sad to hear about. I heard about these two kids that got, not kids, they're probably my age, but they got swept into a sewer drain, and they found one, but the other one was found. I didn't mean to like bring the vibe of the podcast down by talking about this, but yeah, it was pretty rough, and I'm glad that we were all fine. Nothing crazy happened here, but yeah, I just hope people turn out okay for the most part. I'm also glad I didn't have to take the subway that night. I don't know if you guys saw any videos.
Oh, yeah,
people
you mean the water dungeon of like hurricanes or whatever? Yeah, because like my girlfriend and I were like talking about it. We were like, like in New York, it doesn't seem to be like that much like hot. The water level doesn't seem to get high. It seems like the water like flows somewhere. And then we were like, oh yeah, it goes into the subway. It's like, that's how the water doesn't get too high on the street. It all flows down into the subway. Right. You saw those videos of people like sitting on like pool floaties and like smoking a hookah.
Fucking hookah guy. Oh my god.
That pisses me off because like my friend and I were talking too. We were like, that guy, that guy was like filming a TikTok or something. You know what I mean? Like people will just do whatever just to get like some likes.
Yeah.
So I know that's not like a new like sentiment that I'm not like saying something crazy by saying that, like new and like fascinating by saying that, but yeah, people will do anything just for like a few likes. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I saw people kayaking in the like not like. Personally, I saw videos of people kayaking in New Jersey on the streets and stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I definitely think that, like, the kayaking people were all performative. The hookah guy was definitely performative. Now, the one being I will accept as living its best life was I did see the video of the extremely happy possum.
Oh, that was a rat, by the way.
That was a rat?
That was a rat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a rat.
That wasn't a fucking possum?
No.
That's what the rats are like in New York City, yeah.
Oh, no!
Dude, my girlfriend was showing it to me, and I was like, is that an otter? And then I looked at it closely, and I was like, oh my, that's a rat.
Like, everything about it looked like a fucking possum. It's like, friends, I grew up in possum country. I grew up in the South, you know? And I was like, look at that fucking possum go. He's having a good time. Look at that possum. Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's, yeah.
That's
I wonder
unfortunate.
if that was Pizza Rat. That was Pizza Rat. I like to. My headcanon is that was Pizza
cool
Rat.
with that
That was enjoying himself in the water there. I also did see this other video of like someone in their car like driving through like crazy amount of water, like really high level water, and then they like turn their camera to the side and there's just a guy standing there like knee deep in water with an umbrella and he's just smoking a cig. It's like, guy just really needed to smoke a bogue, you know.
Hey man, sometimes it'd be like that.
Wow. Hurricanes, 1 star, would not recommend.
0 stars, would not recommend. Dud. Hurricanes are a dud.
-5 stars. Are hurricanes worse than shouting my vag?
Oh god.
I think so.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Sach, what you been playing, man?
Been playing a lot of stuff. And honestly, I've been having trouble like holding a game down lately. You know,
Okay.
Been switching between a lot of things. But like first, right now I've been playing Psychonauts 2. Been kind of like up and down with it. I don't know if I like it or not yet.
For sure.
I haven't played the first Psychonauts. Or you guys played the first Psychonauts?
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay. I mean, I know it's a classic and of the era. I just, I just never played it. And maybe I should play it first, but I really like the story and like the voice acting. Like, I love the voice acting. I think it's like really, really good. The spoilers, Jack Black character is really good. And all the other people who I don't know who voice act them are, I mean, amazing. I love Raz's voice. Like, he just has like the perfect, like, for the aesthetic choice of the like the world that they're in. Like, I just feel like he's the perfect voice of that like child protagonist to be, but at the same time, I'm a little bit bored of just like the game, like just like the format of the game. I don't know if I'm like, I think I may just be tired of like 3D platformers in general. You know, I don't know if I'm just maybe. What do you guys think?
I don't know. It is. I don't think it's a very like. I don't think it's a very like dense or like complex platformer like mechanically, but right. It does the platformer stuff well.
I like the levitate move. I like the zipping around the thought where you can like zip around the thoughts. That's a cool move. I like that one. I also I wish like I don't like how you have to switch between the power. I wish you could like make loadouts and just like swap loadouts, power loadouts. I get
that. Yeah.
That part also, but like that's a very minor thing. And also like the best part about all this though is that it's on Game Pass, so like I'm able to just play it without like I don't have to buy it and be like, oh, like I don't know if I'm gonna like this, you know?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I too am Game Passing it. I am also like very much enjoying my best life with it in that like I currently have Psychonauts 2 loaded onto both my Xbox Series X as well as my GPD Win 3. And so like most of my Psychonauts 2 experience has been handheld.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like sitting in bed playing Psychonauts 2. And bless you.
Thank you.
And it might very well be that like that's the optimal place to play it, because I've been kind of using it as like my wind down game. Like after I like dumped like time into something which is like requires like a little bit more focus, then I get in there and I'm like now that we get to like this comfortable like chill out game. And like it's wild to think that like something which has as long and as dense as a content warning that game has it's become my chill out game, but it's kind of become my chill out game.
For sure.
I definitely like the vibe that like they start to evoke. Like it's not like this game takes place like years and years and years after like Rhombus of Ruin or anything. In fact, it's like it pretty much like picks up right after Rhombus of Ruin.
Right.
That's the VR game?
Yeah, it's the VR game.
Okay.
And Raz is still like a little fucking kid, but like the game opening with like him glumly working in an office while still being a little kid.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and he's like, oh well, like getting my dream job isn't what I thought it would be. And it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, this game's just coming for everybody with knives. Just like, sorry, defining yourself by your job isn't what you expected to be, little kids. Love that.
Wow.
I really, there's some stuff that they like tried to reach for, like, during the PS2 Xbox game years and years ago, where they would like do like aesthetic switches of like a single object transitioning into another object, which they can do so much more elegantly now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think the first example of one that really just like blew my mind was like when Raz like bursts into the conference room and is like running down the conference table, which transitions into being a giant tongue. And
yes, yeah.
Right. And like I remember like thinking like I there was no like single, like there isn't like an easy break point in like the aesthetic presentation of the object. You can't like look at it and go like, okay, demarked on this side is clearly conference table, demarked clearly on this side is tongue. It's just like, it's such a excellent visual transition, and like the way that they, I guess, manage the dream logic of objects in this game like is really, really good. Like things look like they make the kind of like dream sense that they're presenting in the game. And so like in that way I'm kind of like willing to say like I guess it makes sense, and it's okay that it's been like 15 years since the last game, because this is a case where it's been so long since the last game that like the profound leaps in technology have really helped the storytelling.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think this like it looks so, like, yeah, the way it visually tells the story is so good, and I haven't played the original, but I could see how, this game like is able to tell that story even better because of the way like the tech has moved like further, because like you said, like the conference table moving, or just the way they're just able to go deeper with it. Yeah.
Love the voice acting. I think that one of the reasons that I don't know, like I'm just trying to get under the hood of like maybe like why you like it, but it isn't really like cranking your yanker. Is that like are there points where like it just feels slow to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like or I'm not necessarily like craving like the levels to be like open world or anything, but like as I'm like moving through these spaces which are kind of like propulsive and like moving you from like one set piece to another, which has like a very like Jack and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank feeling, where you're like oh, okay, I'm moving from big moment to big moment in something which is like a corridor style space which tries to like hide that it's a corridor.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like not moving fast enough between those set pieces. And especially since like I recently started digging into the new Ratchet and Clank game, which has like got this like very satisfying like sense of movement, sense of momentum, and like it that is a game that actually did open up into a more like an open world style gameplay, but still manages to get me, the player, from big set piece to big set piece faster. So I think that like the thing for me that I wish was going on in Psychonauts 2 was that maybe they had cut some of the fat. Like I think I would be fine with like Raz's movement speed if there was just less shit in between the big shit, if that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. A lot of the downtime in between the major plot beats are slow, and going from place to place and just okay, all right, whatever. You know? It feels like I agree with that. Yeah.
But like other than that, like I feel like you said, like the acting is spot on, the storytelling is spot on. Yeah, like the actual act of doing things is fun. Like playing the game is fun. It's just like there's points where you're just like, all right, I already killed like 8 of these little guys. All right, do I need to kill 4 more of them? Like I don't need to kill 4 more of them. Come on. I killed 8 of these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
8 is enough. Okay, so it sounds like we've both been into that. What else have you been into, man?
Well, before we dive into one of the most absolute garbage games I've played in a long time, I do want to do my little spiel on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the hottest game of 2021. I don't know if I like this game. Actually, no. Let me pull back. I don't like this game. It kind of sucks
for sure.
And I what? It's Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Z. And I think like a lot of DBZ games have tried to catch the high of Budokai 3, specifically the best Dragon Ball Z game ever made. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, not Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Man, fuck Tenkaichi.
Because exactly, I think Tenkaichi ruined like Dragon Ball Z video games in general, because Budokai 3 was like the ultimate culmination of the 2D fighting style. I mean, obviously Fighter Z is much better of a fighting game than Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. But it had that fighting style, which was really fun, and it felt really good to play. And on top of that, the story mode was so cool. So you could play as pretty much every major character, and you would play through the story, but there were all these other side paths you could take. Like, for example, like the second playthrough on Goku's main story, before the first fight with Raditz, if you fly up to the mountains and find his spaceship and you like click on the thing there, you unlock a fight that gets you Bardock, Goku's father. Stuff like that. Or like at the end of the game, if you go to like this place instead of that place, it does like a GT storyline where you unlock SS4 Gogeta. Right. Or like you unlock Metal Cooler by doing this in Vegeta's storyline. You know what I mean? And there's like all this stuff, and they had all these things to unlock, and it was like really fun. Like it's the first game, probably the only game I've ever really done 100% on. It took forever, but like it felt so satisfying. And then they changed the style of gameplay to this weird, like, 3D... Not like a 3D fighter, for those who don't know. Not like a Tekken, right? A 3D fighter. It's like you're in this 3D space that is completely navigable, like, in any direction. And it just took the fun out of these games for me. And most DBZ games are in this format now. And I think this is like kind of playing off the Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 fighting style engine, which in itself is very you're just mashing B B B B B B B B B Y B B B.
It's the beginning of like all those anime games, like the Bleach one, the Naruto one.
It's starting to, and it's like it feels so like unoriginal. It feels so. I mean, I guess. The point, like, they don't have to be original, because people like me will buy games like this and play them for 25 hours, even though we hate them. I mean, I guess that's why they just don't have to try. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say they're not trying, because
no, it's okay. We could say if they're not trying. That's fine. That sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, I feel like they're not trying. I mean, it just feels like they're not trying. And like you look at something like Fighter Z, like that's like a company trying to make Dragon Ball Z like feel good, and that's like Arc System Works. It's very you know, and that game's story mode is absolute garbage. But the game itself is so great. I mean, it's still great to this day. But I don't know. I mean, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, like for people who don't know, you just play through the story of Dragon Ball Z as Goku, his son Gohan sometimes, Vegeta sometimes, and Piccolo sometimes. And it's basically just that. You just play through the story mode. I mean, you can like there's crafting, there's like you can make food, you can like hunt. There's like 5 different types of orbs you have to collect, and like each character has like different orb types to use to power up their abilities.
Wait a minute. Out here collecting 5 different kind of orbs?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm sorry, do I have fucking Kazooie? Does Kazooie hang out with me? Like,
well, that's Gohan. Gohan's the Kazooie.
Yeah, Gohan.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Like, I'm so glad that Rareware presents Goku and Gohan up your ass. Like, just fuck.
5 different types of orbs, yes. And then there's also 5 more that are like more rare, but you don't have to collect as many of those. It's all terrible.
Yeah.
And it's I beat it. I pretty much beat it, so I mean it's like I don't know why. I didn't play the DLC, which I own. For whatever reason, I bought the Ultimate Edition of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot,
Classic.
So I have the DLC. I probably should play through it, but
Nah, you don't have to.
I'm
Dude,
probably
it's
not
fine.
going to.
Like, fuck.
I probably won't. Yeah, so that's my little spiel on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I guess I could also talk about Dolphin. I've been playing a bunch of childhood friends of mine. We have like a Discord server, and we play games together a fair amount. And lately, it's all been Dolphin Netplay. Dolphin is the GameCube emulator, and they have really GameCube and Wii, but they have really good GameCube Netplay, so you can play online. So we've been playing the absolute murderer's row of video games. By the way, what an era this was, and a lot of these are cross-platform. Some of them aren't, but a lot of these were, right? Def Jam, NHL Hits, NBA Street Volume 2, specifically Volume 2, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
Oh, man.
Mario
Are
Strikers.
you hyped for the new Monkey Ball?
Oh, I'm extremely hyped. And I was never a Monkey Ball guy. I had never played Monkey Ball until this year, and I love it now. I'm all about Gone.
Hell yeah.
And I also do love that I can play as Kiryu in the new Monkey Ball. So I'm very excited for that. Oh, man, I cannot wait. It's great. It's like cool. Like how many games at that time were just so suited for just having fun with a group of people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I guess games are still like that, but in a different way, completely different way. Yeah. It's so much fun. Like just playing NBA Street. You know, like there are some weird things. Like you can't you can't play 3 people on one team in NBA Street Volume 2, which doesn't make any sense because it's a 3-on-3 basketball game.
Man, okay. Like, I'm gonna sit here, look out my window, and pretend it's raining, and look sad for a second, and go, "Fuck, I miss EA Sports big." You know, like the whole like big sub label from EA Sports. Like
they produce some truly great games.
Yeah. And like now that I'm in a position where I'm ethically unwilling to purchase games produced by Activision and Ubisoft, EA, you're in a position to get more of my money. You're in a position to get more of my money, EA. Like, send a guy on the stage to be like, "Big is back, baby." Like, hit me with that.
Like it's the easiest play. They even did Skate 4 for us, skate heads. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they won't do this. I mean, like I don't know why they won't do like an NBA Street. Like,
right.
I mean, I know the last one was really bad. The Xbox 360 one was really bad. The whole gimmick of the 360 one was that you could dunk the ball and then like catch the ball after dunking it and then dunk it again. Like that was the new mechanic they came up with. So we'll see. But yeah. Let's talk 12 minutes, Brian.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. God damn it. This video game.
Yeah, so
This is the
what's
most
beef with this
David
game
Cage ass bullshit.
Oh, is it really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes.
really disappointing, actually. Fuck.
I have never been David Cage so hard in a game that didn't actually have David Cage's name on it. Like, I feel like I was pressing X to Jason for 4 hours.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was a moment when I was playing it where I was really into it before like certain things happened in the story.
I'm going to say
which
the
we'll get
first
to.
20 to 30. Okay, I'm going to tell you the moment where I suspected the game might be bullshit. Because there was a moment like right at the top where I was like, "Is this game going to be bullshit?" But then like that moment passed so quickly. I really enjoyed the game's like I'd say first 20 or 30 minutes. So like the very first thing you do in the game is you get off an elevator to like walk into your apartment where like your girlfriend, fiance,
Wife.
oh, sorry, your wife, where
Yeah.
she is, and like when you step out of the elevator, the fucking carpet is the carpet from The Shining, and
It is, right? Okay, it actually is, right?
yes, it's the fucking carpet from The Shining. And I sit there and I go, come on! And like I actually say it out loud, I'm like, come on! Because like at this point, carpet from The Shining is like the most like level 1 basic bitch fucking like if you're pulling carpet from The Shining, then like I'm gonna need you to like make everything else about your game or your movie or whatever just like startlingly original. Because like it's just such a like I've seen movies before kind of thing.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, like then it would be great because it's almost lampshading people who use the shining carpet as some sort of statement if they actually went somewhere with it, but they didn't.
Right.
Like, you know.
And so then like after that, we get exposed to like the voice acting of like James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley, and I specifically want to call them out. Like we talked about how good the voice acting in Psychonauts 2 is, how like warm and empathetic and relatable, and how it can like makes the story move along. And even though like Psychonauts 2 is like going some really weird places narratively, like I'm invested in all of it because of how good that voice acting is. Right, James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley. Go fuck yourselves. Like, just.
I thought Daisy Ridley was okay. James McAvoy was absolute trash. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I have nothing. I have nothing bad to say about Willem Dafoe because I believe that Willem Dafoe is the only person who knew what video game he was making.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that he's like the exact kind of person who would hear the full plot summary of the game like end to end and be like, "Okay, I'll be in your game."
Nah.
You know, that was my attempt at a Willem Dafoe.
Can I also be an evil farmer who is the son? They're like,
yeah, like, can I be the father who's also the? Okay, we'll get to that.
Oh god, I gotta start doing fucking push-ups before I get brought back into the regular dimension. All right.
Yeah, and yeah, so you go home, right? Like Brian said, you go home to your wife, and she tells you that she made dessert because it's like a special evening or something special.
I made dessert, and I have a surprise.
She made dessert, a little cake thingy she bought from like Stop and Shop or whatever.
Sure, fuck.
Hey, Sach, did you just eat all the dessert? Because that was one thing I did. I just ate all the dessert.
No, I never did that, but that's actually pretty funny. It's funny how you can like piss her off by doing like different things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's got like I think the general gameplay is actually like it's okay. Like I actually kind of like that part. But anyway, I feel like I'm skipping around. She is telling you, okay, something is, you know, I'm going to tell you something. So she says, I made dessert. Let's set the table. So you set the table. You sit down for dessert, and she reveals that like we're having a baby. I'm pregnant. And the baby is named after your mother. Okay, that's an important. Remember
for sure.
That.
Yeah,
the baby is named after his mother. Okay, and in the middle of your beautiful dinner, celebrating, you know, someone knocks on the door. and they claim to be a cop. They say, "I'm a cop. Open up the door." That's Willem. That's Willem Dafoe.
All right.
And then you open the door, and he handcuffs both of you. Well, he zip ties both of your hands.
That's not what a cop does.
makes
Fuck,
you-
zip ties?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. And makes you lay on the floor, and then he starts interrogating, like very aggressively interrogating your wife and accusing her of murdering her father 8 years ago. Okay, and she says she's got this pocket watch, and you need to get me this pocket watch. And right before she reveals where the pocket watch is, the cop kills you, and then you're like, oh. All of a sudden, you're like in the front of the apartment, and James McAvoy, oh, what was that?
He's very bad.
All right.
And you got to do it over again and figure out what happened and find all the things and
So that is when you start to repeatedly drug your wife.
Why?
Okay, so you find sleeping pills in the bathroom, and you notice that your wife takes a sip of water at the during the first couple minutes of sitting down. So you fill up the water, and you can even put the sleeping pills in the cup, like literally right in front of her, and she'll be like, "Oh, having trouble sleeping, huh?" And then you'll just be like, the guy James McAvoy's like, "You don't even know." And then you just like put the cup right in front of her.
I never put the fucking pills in the water in front of her.
Yeah, and she'll drink it. She doesn't care.
Oh, God.
That's weird. That should be weird, right?
Yeah. It would be weird, yes.
Okay. Just catching up here.
So, you drug your wife, you knock her out, she sleeps on the bed, and then from there you learn a lot of things. So, how long did you spend in this mode? I was drugging the wife for a long time.
I really were you playing this on console?
No, I was playing on PC.
Okay. This game is an absolute nightmare to play on console.
I would imagine.
The interface for trying to play this game with a controller is incredibly clumsy, and this game also has it uses the same button press to both. This game sees a distinction between advancing dialogue and interrupting someone.
That's weird.
And
all right.
And it's both done with the same button. And there's no on-screen visual indicator as to whether you're advancing dialogue or interrupting them. And so you just have to be like, I hope I can press the button now.
Wow, okay. Thankfully, there is an indicator on PC. It's like a little, if you click, well, it shows you after you click. If you click and it skips dialogue, it shows a little fast forward. The cursor turns into a little fast forwarding icon.
And maybe that's because on console there isn't a place for just like a cursor.
Exactly, right, yeah.
So I can't tell you the number of times I was like yelling at my wife on the couch about like, where's the pocket watch? And I would just like interrupt her. Because like the thing that I was supposed to like, I think because there were so many different places that I got caught in this part of the loop. I spent way too much time in this part of the loop, and I was very close to saying fuck this game and just quitting it during this part because I got so frustrated. Because I had already found the phone in the closet.
Yeah. And
I was like, am I supposed to like... Okay, all right, Rocky. So back to like more ways that this game is dumb.
Sure.
So like very early on in the game, you have an opportunity to knock yourself out with a light switch.
What?
Like, so your wife like flicks a light switch and it like shocks her, and she's like, "Hey, this light switch is screwed up. We gotta like fix it," you know. And so if you flick it again, it'll electrocute.
Oh, okay.
Right. So there.
And you make a comment, by the way, that thankfully I'm wearing shoes. Did you do this, Brian? Because the reason he makes that comment is because if you turn on the light before your wife does, she'll die. She'll kill herself with the light on accident.
Yep. Christ, this fucking video game. So here's the Rube Goldberg that this game asks you to do, Rocky. What they want you to do is drug your wife, right? They want you to drug your wife, flip the light switch in the bedroom once, then hide in the fucking closet in the living room. So that way when Willem Dafoe bursts in, he doesn't see you. And then Willem Dafoe goes in the bedroom where your wife is, flips the light switch, and like knocks himself out because he too is wearing shoes. And so then you could zip tie Willem Dafoe, question him, shoot him in the leg a little bit. And
it's really brutal. We didn't mention it, but the violence in this game is really stark and brutal. For some reason, it feels really like sickening when they do, like the way they enact violence on others in this game. Like, when you shoot him, even though he's a terrible person, the cop, like the way he cries out for help. He's like, I'm not resisting, and you like shoot him in the leg, and he's like bleeding out. Like it's very visceral. Like maybe that was the effect. I mean, I think that was the effect, but it was just it is kind of hard to deal with it.
I have to ask, how many times did you kill yourself while playing the game?
I only did that a couple times because most of the times to like restart the loop, I just left the room, or like I just annoyed the cop enough that he punched me.
Right. Like I did a lot of killing myself because like I was like, oh, this is the fastest way to restart the loop. So like I would just like make sure like the knife from the counter was in my inventory and be like, all right, time to kill myself. Like I've gotten everything I need from this loop. And it's like, it's fucking wild because like you could see him trying to like get up the nerve to kill himself. Like he starts like doing this like quick breathing thing. He's like, yeah. And then he just like fucking gores himself.
If you shoot yourself with the gun, it's also really, really, really brutal. I just wanted to see what would happen if you shot yourself.
Yeah, that is also no good. Also, killing your wife, no good.
Also, killing the cop doesn't really help. Doesn't solve anything. I found that one out too.
Yeah.
You can kill the cop, and you're just kind of like, so the wife's like knocked out. I'm just like standing here. It's like, what do I do now?
Oh God!
I like. There's so many moments in this game where I just kind of wish that the Curb Your Enthusiasm music would just start playing. Like it's. Oh, okay. So you
actually, I before drugging the wife, I forgot that I spent like probably almost a whole hour trying to figure out how to convince my wife that I was in a time loop.
Oh God! I found one part of it really, really easily, which was like,
one is that the present.
Yeah, and like I had the present, and I kept on being like, "Look, lady, here's the fucking present. Like, what's so hard about this?" And like, and I was like, was there some detail of like? So I kept on doing like the early parts of the loop over and again, like listening to like the whole bit about the baby and like, oh, and if it's a boy, then well, I guess he won't care what's on his onesie, and I was like, there's some piece of dialogue I missed from early in the loop, so that I'm not providing enough detail that she will go for it, and so like I did the loop over again because I was convinced I had missed something, and then the answer to what was the other thing is so obscure that I looked into it entirely by accident, which is, Rocky, there's a fucking, like, there's thunder outside, and if you click on the window before the thunder, then he'll be like, it's about to thunder. Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, and that one is timing based. You have to do it before the rain starts.
Yep.
So if you do it too late in the loop, she won't believe you because she's like, it's already raining, dude. Of course it's going to thunder,
Right. And there's so many, like, what's wild is, like, they're, like, the game is so demanding at certain points where you're just like, okay, like, in this loop I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. So I have to click on the window, I have to drug my wife, I have to like, it's some point where, like, you have, like, this, like, very rigorous, it's the most speed runny fucking adventure game I've ever played. It'd be like, what if you were supposed to, like, speed run the Monkey Island games, but the Monkey Island games were designed by David Cage?
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
It's like,
God.
Like restarting the loop every time, getting the cell phone, doing that. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
All right. And so you eventually get to
right.
this point where you find this fucking photo on the. Oh, God. All right. Just.
Oh, we have to get to. So, okay. When you interrogate the cop,
Sure.
right? You can go through his personal belongings. One of those things being a cell phone, where you learn that the cop's daughter has cancer, and he needs to pay for the cancer, like pay for the cancer treatment. Sorry, not pay.
Now
for
the
the
cancer's shaking him down. I get it.
Yeah.
I gotta go buy some cancer.
And so he wants the pocket watch essentially to pay for the payments. You know, it's like 3 texts from his daughter and like 5 texts from like the insurance company being like, your payment is overdue. And so what that does is it saves his daughter's cell phone number in your brain cell phone, so that the next loop, when you pick up the phone in the closet, you can call his daughter.
Okay.
And you can convince him to, like, hey, like, maybe listen to them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's like one scenario where you can play it out, because you can do a lot of things with the cop. I mean, you can convince the cop, like, you can like convince him, like, oh, I'm innocent and it's just my wife who did that stuff. You know what I mean? And he'll, like, you can tell him where the watch is. He'll go and he'll take the watch and he'll be like, go stand outside for a minute. I need to do something. And then he'll kill your wife and then he leaves. And that's it. That's the end. And you're like, what? I was like, what? And I got an achievement. It was like, help the cop. I was like, oh.
God damn it. That's why you never help cops, Sach.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you're calling the daughter. You're like telling the daughter that, like, oh, your dad needs to pay, you know, whatever. So then the cop starts listening to you. And then this is where I think it really starts to go off the rails, which is when the cop and you start talking, and then you find out that your wife had a brother who is like an illegitimate child, you know, her father's illegitimate child, and that the brother was really the one who murdered the father, because the photo on the Polaroid on the fridge proves she wasn't there the day he was killed, which I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Brian, you want to elucidate?
Yeah, it was definitely like I didn't understand what needle they were trying to thread. And then
Oh my god! And then
yeah.
And then the stupidest puzzle solution of all time. I was stuck on this I had to look it up. I mean, did you figure this one out on your own? Like the final like solution?
Nope. It's so obscure. It's so abstract. Like plus I had the added burden of, again, Sach, just getting the fucking pocket watch out from underneath the medicine cabinet is an incredible chore on console.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's so much stuff, like, which apparently is like less painful on like PC. Like, you're telling me that there is a difference between the advance and interrupt, and that there is an on-screen prompt for it on, like. So there were so many moments during the game where I just kept on running into stuff where I was just like, what could you possibly fucking want from me, game? But yes, I couldn't, and I was like, at this point I was already so mad at the game that I was like, what do you just fucking want from me? And I went and I like looked up. I went to fucking Game Facts and got the answer. Yeah. Proceed, sir.
And you want to hear what the answer is?
Yeah,
Rocky?
sure. What is it?
Okay. At a certain point during the conversation with the cop, while he's being cordial, he brings up the brother and the fact that possibly the brother could have done it. And then your wife says, well, you know, we didn't mention this, but the father was having an affair with the nanny, and that's who gave birth to the illegitimate child. And they're trying to remember the name of the nanny. So he goes, it was something flowery, you know, Daisy or whatever. And as he's talking about the name of the nanny, you have to take the present from earlier, which you have to unwrap that to get the baby clothes out of it. And then you have to drag the baby clothes to the cop as he's saying that. And that will reveal, get this, that you are the brother. Yes, your wife is your sister.
Okay.
Surprise, Rocky! It's Incest Simulator 2K21.
We did it, everyone, I guess. God damn it.
Here's my super duper favorite best part.
Uh-huh.
This game has, as is tradition in video games, the okay ending and the good ending.
Sure.
The good ending is, I guess, you work through you air quotes work through the stuff in your head, and you get to just keep on doing incest with your sister. That's the good ending.
That's the good ending.
That is the good ending.
Okay.
Fucking your sister is the good ending.
All right.
I can't. I just. Oh God. Oh God. This. It burns.
Yeah.
It just like doesn't even like the whole like section in the room with the Willem Dafoe father. Willem Dafoe who's now playing the father and has hair, and it's like implying that you like got hypnotized to like not remember that you were the brother of your wife.
I mean, all right, my wife's sister, sure.
And that it's like so terrible, man. There's also a bad ending where you can end up alone, by the way, that's the bad ending too.
Maybe this guy just needs some time to figure some stuff out. Holy shit.
I think we need to have a talk with this guy.
So Sach, did you get the banging your sister ending or the not banging your sister ending?
I just got the ending where you click on the book,
right?
And then you just let him talk it out, and then it like resets. Yeah, it's the banging your sister ending.
Oh God.
Yeah. What a terrible video game.
Apparently there's like an obscure set of conditions which unlocks like a third ending, which it believes is the super bad ending, which is where he has enough of his shit together to like say to his sister like, hey, what we've been doing is wrong. We should seek professional help. And like what I heard that like the seeking like professional care ending is the worst ending. I was just like, what is wrong with this video game? Like, how is the best ending?
It's truly mind-boggling. Yes, and that was what I was saying. Yeah, that's the alone ending, I believe it is. Yeah,
right.
And because she leaves you after that, she like storms off or something.
Right, and so like this is where I got really mad about like a lot of the discourse around Boyfriend Dungeon, because like I said, like people seem to get mad at Boyfriend Dungeon because Boyfriend Dungeon tried and then didn't stick the landing as far as like its like initial iteration of its content warning. But like 12 minutes is just straight out here fucking your sister and doesn't care, and nobody has lifted a finger. Nobody has said a thing. Like it just like the amount of things in this game which are incredibly traumatizing. Like Rocky, like Sandra was saying, like the way that the violence is depicted in this game is some of the most serious shit I have seen in a while. Like the violence is like graphic, gory, horrifying, and also like tempered with like an incredible measure of reality. The way people react to lethal wounds is really, really upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like there's all of this talk of like incest and like mental illness and just like, you know, killing pregnant people, like just
yeah, killing and violence against pregnant people, right? Because to find out where the watch is, you have to watch your wife get beat up by the cop.
Right. So like there's so much in this game which could really fuck people up, but like the game is just out here with its like fucking shining carpet, and that's it. That's it, like nothing. And like on top of it, just be like boatloads of this like really traumatizing stuff. There's nothing about the construction of the game that says that experiencing these things is warranted. Like when you play Psychonauts 2 or you play Boyfriend Dungeon, the game, I guess, makes a case for its own existence. Like the game is good, and so you're like, okay, like it's worth it for this to exist. It is not worth it for 12 minutes to exist. Like, oh god,
100% agree.
I hate this video game so much.
Well, that sucks, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm so worried about Tegan's like on-stream playthrough scheduled for October.
Oh, right. That's happening.
I think it would actually it would be fun to experience how bad it is with with Twitch, you know. I think that would be fun with your viewers. But you would there are moments that would probably you'd have to like, you know, content warning and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So,
Yeah.
what else is going on, Sach?
You know, pretty much that's that in terms of video games, what I've been playing. I also watched the Ava rebuilds, but I don't want to get too much into that. I really enjoyed them, except for parts of the last one.
Are you talking about 3.0, 1.0? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you didn't?
No. I thought like 3.0, 1.0 was like universally loved. So like, if you didn't have fun with it, that seems like a take.
There were just parts of it that. Well, a couple things is that the switch to CG is like both a blessing and a curse for, you know, Japanese animation, right? And like I'm sure that's like, you know, well-worn territory, but there are parts of that movie that just it just doesn't have the same like the iconography doesn't hit me in the same way that like moments from like the end of Ava or like the end of the series of Ava also like just stick with me in my heart, like, you know, like Asuka versus the mass-produced Avas in the end of Ava, like that scene sticks with me way more than any of like the ending like big fights from this movie, which felt kind of just like egregiously large for the sake of like we can literally put 1 million Avas on screen and so many that they're creating these abstract like shapes and stuff,
sure.
You know, and like I get what they were going for, but it's like it just feels like just over the top, you know. It's like not worth it. Like I did like the conclusion of the story, and I thought it was a really good like meta textual like commentary on like the story and like coming back to a story after so many years and like letting it go and like closing the book on it.
I get that.
So I did like that. And there is like one moment in the final fight between Shinji and Gendo where it looks like so bad. It looks like really, really bad, where they're like fighting in this like stage, and it's just the animation just looks, the mocap is like not very good, and it just doesn't look good on the big robots. Like the movements they're doing were a little too like human like, which didn't like look right on the screen. But otherwise, I thought the series rebuild was a great series, and I'm happy to have gone back to see them. And I think it works as a great companion piece to like the original series plus End of Ava, and then like the four movies. Like they work really well, like in tandem together. Yeah, without getting too much into the story stuff.
I get you.
But yeah.
All right.
You know, sometimes Impossible Coin for our patrons on Patreon has dedicated programming about the anime. Gosh, if only there was a patron here who could tell people about the value proposition
Oh my god.
of our Patreon.
There is value in the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon right now. Whatever you're doing, stop doing it and go on patreon.com /impossiblecoin. Is that the link?
Impossible
It's
Coin
Impossible
Podcast.
Coin Podcast because I failed at life.
Well,
Impossible Coin Podcast, and you sign up right now. Right now. I don't know what
you
you're
know,
doing.
it'd be really
otherwise.
funny if like enough people subscribe to Impossible Coin, which is also ours, by the way, that we just end up moving everything. That could be really funny, actually.
Yeah. Lord. Man. So, I have some video games to talk about which do not overlap with Sach's games.
Mhm.
So, like, I guess first I want to talk about the Magnificent Truffle Pigs because, like, the Magnificent Truffle Pigs had it's like a less offensive version of 12 minutes, which is like which is not saying much. Like the Magnificent Truffle Pigs is also a very bad video game.
All right.
Okay.
So like in the game, you're this guy named Adam, right? And your friend Beth has contacted you because for some reason she wants to spend the week with metal detectors at this farm that she went to when she was a kid, and she found an expensive earring, like just buried beneath the surface. And she's like, "Oh, this is all like English countryside bullshit." And she's all like, "Oh, what? Finding that earring was the high point of me life." Right.
You fucking what, bro? Found the fucking earring, eh?
It was worth 500 quid. Yep. And so you, Adam, go to hang out with Beth for the week, and like basically like it's a walking simulator where you never see anyone, and you're only ever talking to like Beth via walkie-talkie, and I'm like, I'm already like struggling with the conceit of the game up front, where, like, so you're a childhood friend of Beth, and you like spend no time with her. She like hands you a metal detector. Actually, she doesn't even hand you the metal detector. She's like, she leaves a note saying the metal detector is over there and the walkie-talkie is over there, and that's where shoveled is. Get metal detected. And so you go out in the morning, you start metal detecting, and every time you find something, you like send her a picture of it with your cell phone, and she's like, "That's not good enough. Keep detecting."
Oh my god. Okay.
She's like, "I want to find the matching earring," and you find out that like, that Beth's fiance recently left her, and she also like recently fucked up at this company she works for called Mud a Lot, which is a family business which like primarily sells like outdoor like farming supplies and camping supplies, which seems like a weird combination. And she like was responsible for placing an order for like branded water bottles from Mud a Lot. And she's like, "All right, what? I was supposed to order 1,200, but I ordered 12,000. Whoopsie!" And
Oh my god. Okay.
right. And so like you talk to Beth, and it becomes like pretty apparent that like Beth is a fucking idiot, and like there starts to be like this really really hokey dialogue where like your character says things to Beth like, "You know, Beth, like you can't just imagine a solution to your problems. You know, sometimes the things that solve your problems in life aren't imaginary." I'm like, "Oh, wait a goddamn minute. What's going on here?"
Oh no.
Oh yeah, such. So there starts to be like this really like broad and obvious dialogue over the walkie-talkie. Also, like, I'm just like, what is going on with the actual like metal detecting with the fucking metal detector? It just feels like there's no rhyme or reason to when I find things. And so at one point I just like sit there and I take my hands off the thumbsticks and I just stand there unmoving. And I'm like, I bet it's just a fucking timer. I bet it's just on a fucking timer. And then after I stood there my metal detector started going off.
Wow.
And I'm like, video games, everybody, video games. And so then comes the revelation that the earring that was found when Beth was 10 was planted by her dad so that way she would feel special and not feel lame or shitty compared to her sister Jane. It's like the whole reason you ever found the earring was that your dad planted it for you to find. And then she's like, well, I want to keep looking for the other one. And you're like, but we've established that you already knew that your dad planted it, so why? She's like, well, he could have planted the other one. And you're like, well, why don't you just call your dad and ask him if he did? No, I'd rather spend several more days looking for it. What is with this video game? And so then we get more like forced, terrible dialogue about her like failed relationship with Jake, her fiance who left her. At one point you're out with the metal detector and they're like, you found something on the surface. You don't even need to dig. And it's like a fancy engagement ring. And you're like, I found a fancy engagement ring. She's like, it's mine. I threw it in the field. I was angry. At which point she then tells you that she bought the engagement ring with her own money and gave it to Jake to give back to her. That was like how he proposed. Like she went shopping for the ring. What? I know. Like this game goes weird places. Just the places are less offensive than the places 12 Minutes goes. And that like she had already like booked like the catering and the venue and stuff before ever meeting her fiance, that she's like, it was more important for her to plan her wedding than to fall in love. She's like, the wedding was the important part.
Sure.
One of these storylines.
Right, and then we find out more about how she's an actual really gigantic, constant fuck up at her job, and that she really only has the job because it's a family-owned business, and that she's like the owner's daughter, and she's like, she's like, all I've ever really loved in life is metal detecting. It's my passion. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, it sounds really silly, actually.
Yeah, and so like the only time in the game that like Adam ever sees Beth is when they like take a break from metal detecting at lunch each day. At which point, like the game just like cuts to like these panning shots of like the car where they're eating lunch together from the outside, so we can't actually see them. And then on the third day
of Christmas.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. The third day is the day where she realizes that her dad planted the earring. On the fourth day, that's when Adam is like, I'm your imaginary friend.
What?
I'm not real. You've been out here in the field talking to yourself all week, and that the reason your family has never liked me is because I'm imaginary. And there's been all of this dialogue like hinting at that, and I'm like, is this game this stupid? Is this game this stupid? Whoa, this game is this dumb. And so you find out, yes, Adam is fact in imaginary. And so then I start to like just wonder at the things that the game has been doing mechanically, which make no sense. Like, how can Adam ever how can Adam hear slams of car doors from far away when Beth is doing something? Like, when, like, Beth goes back to the car for something, how can Adam, like, hear the car door from far away? Why is Adam able to send messages on his phone to Beth? Like, why does Adam have a separate phone than Beth? Like, there's so many things that, like, there's so many ways they could have protected the conceit of this game and then, like, never did. And so, like, then the game just kind of, like, arrives at this moment where, like, Adam wasn't real. Adam is this thing that Beth does to protect herself when she's experiencing periods of extreme stress. and like Jake leaving her and fucking up the big order at work triggered her talking to Adam again. And so she's been at this fucking farm with her metal detector all week, like a jackass, as opposed to dealing with any of her problems. And so she's like, yeah, you are imaginary. You know what? But maybe you're good for me. And he's like, yeah, maybe I'm good for you too. Let's just enjoy this week together, and then we'll part ways. And so I'm like, so this has got to be the end of the game, right? I'm like, nope. The game's like, we committed to a 5-day format up front. And so, like, we're going to have Friday anyway. Even though at this point, you know that, like I guess Beth is Adam, Adam is Beth, and like he's just like this imaginary figure. Like, the game is still operating on the conceit that, like, Adam is wandering these fields himself, like, alone himself, and, like, contacting Beth via walkie-talkie and all this shit. I'm like, why are we still adhering to these conceits if at this point we know that he doesn't exist? Like, what the actual fuck is this? Mm. And so, like, the big ending for Beth is that she sells her car, right? And she quits her job at the family business, but gets her dad to give her one of the delivery vans from the business. Okay. And she's like, I'm going to go on a road trip in the delivery van. I'm going to spend months out on the road seeing all of England, and I'm going to use my metal detector to help people.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yep. And, like, the thing that I really, really hated about both 12 Minutes and the Magnificent Truffle Pigs is that, like, both of these games, like, their big reveals, like, ta-da! Mental illness. Like,
yep.
That was what these games had to offer. Like, ta-da! Mental illness. And I'm like, what is... I'm like, I really hope that this is not becoming, like, a thing for, like, well-moneyed indies.
Oh, no, it's gonna. I'm sorry, Brian.
It's gonna be. It is. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Rocky, you had a thought?
No, I'm saying it's gonna. That is the future of well-moneyed indies. They're gonna do a lot of ta-da mental illness. It's coming. It's gonna be our life for a while. Prepare yourself.
Oh, God. Because it sucks so much. Because, like, neither one of these games remotely respectfully address the material that they're dealing with.
Right.
And they just seem like these, like, weird cartoons, you know?
Well, yeah. Because that's what some people think well-moneyed indies should be. Weird cartoons.
Yeah, just using it for shock value, you know?
Yeah. Oh. And thus the game ends. She fucking takes off in her stupid delivery van with her metal detector to help people.
Yep.
And so that is the not-so-magnificent Truffle Pigs. Also, like, the game's title is just the most, like, nonsense shit. Like, I actually went and looked at this game on Steam because I was like, does this have anything to do with Truffle Pigs? Because Truffle Pigs are great. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, who doesn't like a good Truffle Pig? And the reason that the game is the Magnificent Truffle Pigs is that they give her, like, this incredibly, like, showy monologue about how she's like, when I was young, you know, and I had my metal detector and I fell in love with metal detecting. Jane didn't really love it. She only pretended to love it. But we were both good at metal detecting. You know, this is before the revelation that neither one of them were good at metal detecting, whatever the fuck that means. Right, she's like, right. But we were good at it, and everyone said we were so good at it. They're like, you can find all the good things. You're just two magnificent truffle pigs. And I'm like, what? Like, it's like this huge, painful backflip of a monologue just to get to that title. It was like somebody came up with the title before the video game and built the video game around the title.
I don't know. Is it actually like something Is like Truffle Pig like an endearing nickname in Britain that I'm just not aware of?
Not as near as I can tell.
All right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and like this game got its funding from like AMC, the television channel.
Yeah, of course he did.
What?
Yeah. So
They probably thought it was going to be the Citizen Kane of video games, Brian.
or at very least, I guess the fucking Mad Men of one. Like, I'll tell you what, it's no going ham. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, fucking cowards.
Ugh. Fuck. But obviously not all video games are bad. We already talked about Psychonauts 2, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have been playing Here Comes Nico.
Sure.
Which is a 3D platformer which very much has a Super Mario 64 style like conceit to like level construction.
Sure.
Like you get dumped into like small open spaces with like various objectives that can be discovered in the open space. And the way it works is that unlike Mario 64 where there's like a hub world where you're like selecting worlds to jump into, the arrangement for worlds in like Here Comes Nico is like linear. And the reason it's linear is that you're on a train, and in order to move the train to the next station, a certain amount of money is required in order to get the track clear for whatever is obstructing the track.
Like Kingdom Hearts, or Kingdom Hearts 2, I guess.
Yeah, and so like whenever you complete a task in the level, you get a coin, and then you go back and you pay this giraffe at the ticket booth the money to clear this track, and then you're on to the next level. The platforming feels good. It's very, very hard for something to like have both floaty jumps and feel tight. And so like there's good wall clinging action, nice big floaty jumps. There's enough stuff that's not mandatory to do in each level that is actually fun. That I find myself like trying to clear everything in each level before I move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that you need to do in each level is find the requisite number of coins to clear the track, but there are more objectives in each level than are needed to clear the track. And so like I've been clearing every coin in every level. And there's also like various mixtapes that your character can find.
Cool.
Like building like an audio collection like a la Celeste. And in addition to that, in each level there's like a fisherman, and the fisherman has forgot his bait, but you can tie yourself to his line and then jump in the water in each level, helping him fish. So you can then like try and like collect every fish in each level. And then somewhere hidden in the level is a key. And then if you find the key, you can then run into a giant lock, which like exposes like a unique sub bonus world for each level. And it all feels really, really good. And like no level overstays its welcome. Like I find that I'm spending about an hour and change in each level. And so it feels propulsive. It feels good. The story, Nico is like striking out on her own for the first time, and they kind of like tell the story on the train in between levels. Like her mom is like, why don't you move back home? You know, like we'll still be proud if you come home. And like, and at which point you're like presented with like dialogue choices, and like the stuff on the train feels very like early goings Animal Crossing on a train.
Sure.
Like with like the visual presentation. And it manages to like do some stuff with like how you interact with parrots who are physically remote to you in like ways that don't seem like thematically oppressive. And then the actual levels have like lots of like fun frogs. Like the world is like mainly populated with frogs, and that's done well. And usually there's like a good variety to the objectives at each level. Like in one level, like there's a guy who's like, I bet you can't play volleyball with me. And I'm like, oh, does this game have a volleyball minigame? Oh, sure enough, it has a volleyball minigame. The volleyball minigame was fun. So it is a good 3D platformer, and it has like a visual presentation which seems to be like emerging in popularity, which is like large, pretty 3D world, but all of the characters are represented as like 2D cutouts, which are animated within that world, like all of the upcoming Demon Turf.
Okay.
So like this seems to be like an emerging aesthetic, and this is like a lot more like pastel cozy versus like the Demon Turf look. Funny enough, like both this game and so this and Demon Turf are different developers, but they were both published by the same company, which is Platonic Friends, which are the people who did Yooka-Laylee. They've like turned to publishing as well as developing,
right? And
so there are like some little hints around the edges about like other games published by Platonic. So like I found like a little shout out to Demon Turf in the game hidden, and a little shout out to Yooka-Laylee, and I was like, you know what? Like I really dig this. Like these folks seem to be like setting themselves up as like reliable publishers of like good 3D platformers, and that feels nice. Yeah. So like while I think I like the narrative of Psychonauts 2 more, and like the like the visual grandeur of Psychonauts 2 more, the actual moment to moment gameplay of Here Comes Nico I'm enjoying more.
Sure.
Yeah. I've also been playing KonMari, which is this like Marie Kondo video game.
Cool.
Is it actually like developed and licensed?
Probably not.
With her name?
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes, it is.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So like the game opens and your character is sad because she's sitting around in like her shitty apartment with too much stuff, and then like a magical representation of Marie Kondo shows up and it's like, let me help you get rid of stuff. And so then it starts to like introduce like the way getting rid of stuff actually works in the game, which is like these block moving puzzles. Where like it'll show you the level, it'll tell you like how many moves you have in the level, and tell you like what type of shape you're trying to form with like this particular type of block. And then like in the level there are other blocks which like operate by different rules. Either the other types of blocks can be slid off the playing field altogether with a single stroke, or they're immovable and you have to work around them, so you have to plan your total number of moves, or the other ones phase in and out of existence on a timer, or they explode. And so you're like, okay, like how am I going to move everything around based on like the things I know about these other pieces? And then when you finally get the pieces into the shape that is wanted within the requisite number of moves, it like pops up on the screen like this like giant wonderful text. It goes, "Spark Joy!" exclamation point.
Oh god.
Yes. And I really want to like call out the aesthetic of this game. Like they've abstracted Marie Kondo into like this like kind of like human animated Belle. Like when she shows up in various spaces in the game, like she's wearing like a little like funnel dress. It'll like twitch from like side to side, and you'll hear the sound of like a bell ringing. And it's just like, I'm here to help you, Spark Joy. Bell rings, you know, like dress twitches. And they like show you this like giant like open world map. And like after the initial character throws away her bullshit, she like joins Marie Kondo on her journey, and you start like wandering around the map. And like after you finish helping someone, it'll then like cut to like this like weird astral plane where like islands keep on getting added to the first island, like on their way to what appears to be like a giant like these like snow covered islands like rising in the sky, on their way to like a distant snow-covered island in the sky with like a giant majestic cherry tree on it. And so like it's all like weird abstractions, and it reminds me of like that generation of puzzle games from like the DS, from like the DS PSP era, like when both like Sony and Nintendo were like tentatively being like, okay, guys, I guess you could download games on handhelds. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Like, and we started to see some like small, well-made games like on those platforms. This feels like an extension of like kind of like the design choices and the world logic of those games, just like brought forth onto like a platform with like 2021 technical capabilities. So it's like, what if those design principles just had today's tech? So in a lot of ways, like kind of like the Psychonauts 2 thing, where like in a lot of ways that game feels like a 2006 video game,
right?
Especially with its pacing, but it just has 2021 capabilities. And like I'm really enjoying this game. Like when I first read about it and I started to see like good reviews of it, I was like, okay, like is this game going to be like some kind of like free to play shit show where it's like constantly asking me for money? Like, hey, you've run out of moves. Like watch this ad for Doritos in order to get more moves, or like buy a move pack. No, none of that. Like, this game had a fixed price. The game wanted $4 from me, and that is it. There are no in-game purchases. You give this video game $4 to buy it, and you would then get access to like weird open world of Marie Kondo cleaning people's houses through like block moving puzzles, and like building this like snow road in the sky. And the way you actually build the snow road in the sky is in like a different kind of block moving puzzle, which is like more like Tetris. And like the aesthetic is fun, the music is fun, like the actual block moving puzzles are very satisfying. Like it's always like very like there's a lot of high pressure. Like, how in the world do I form that shape in that spot of the board with like 4 or 5 moves? It's a tough nut to crack. I think when you get into the actual houses and you're like, this is so fun. Like I click on a thing, I do a puzzle, and like stuff disappears, and the on-screen message like popping every few minutes of like "Spark Joy!" exclamation point is like, it feels good. Like this is a good small game. I hope this comes to Switch, because I could see this game thriving on Switch. I have no idea how the fuck this video game happened. Like I have no idea like how like a fully licensed, authorized Marie Kondo video game happened as like a premium mobile game, like where like it's not free to play, it's not ad driven, it's just a good video game on mobile devices, which says give me $4 and you have a good video game. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Marie Kondo has a good team. I trust them.
Yeah. I guess that must be the case. So like, shout outs to KonMari. Like if you want the experience of Marie Kondoing, or if you just want like a good block moving puzzle game, this is a good one.
Plus, this all gives me hope for the Rachel Ray Cooking Mama game. So
Oh, that would be so good.
That would be legendary.
Man, I could also go for like the Andrew Zimmern layover in a airport game, or in the George Motes making a burger video game. Like I just give it to me. Just give it to me.
Special appearances from Rami Malek and not Rami Malek, Rami Ishmael and Gordon Ramsay, respectively.
I would be so into the Rami gets stuck in an airport video game.
Yeah.
That would be a great video game.
Oh.
Yeah. That's such a. Oh yeah, that would be so funny.
I want a dedicated button for reminding people that they're dipshits in the Rami video game.
Sounds dope.
Like, press X to dipshit. Like, just, man. What was that one like magnificent tweet he had? Like when the Unreal Engine, like Unreal 5 had a new demo, where he's just like, "Hey, like it's amazing to see how well like hair is rendered in Unreal Engine 5, and oh by the way, Israel is an apartheid state." Like just like the way the tweet was worded was like magnificent.
Yeah.
Just like the absolute like lack of transition. He's just like, "I'm coming for you, video game Twitter."
It sounds like
yeah. Rocky, Sach, would you like to discuss the news this week, such as it is?
Sure, let's do it, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I would love to.
So brands are not your friends, but Xbox did a good thing.
You get one head.
Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft used the Xbox's platform to dispel some myths about COVID-19 vaccination. They held a Q&A with Dr. Jay Butler and Dr. Judy Monroe, where they like focused on debunking conspiracy theories that the vaccine alters your DNA or microchips you. They put all of the questions from this Q&A into a very long Twitter thread. And, of course, reading the replies on that Twitter thread is exactly what you think it is. My favorite replies basically were like, PlayStation Nation isn't political. See, this is what you get with Xbox. Shout outs to all of those people.
Yeah.
Christ.
People really like wake up and like go like you scroll through Twitter and like just post shit like that. Like I don't like it blows my mind that people like they're just wired to be like that. I don't know. I know it's like it's just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean I know that like these like weird walled gardens that are social media networks that promote engagement through hyper factionalization have kind of like reawakened like the idea of console wars, but like as a kid who grew up in the 90s, like I'm not used to like, yeah, and I like Sega Genesis, so I'm gonna fucking cut you to death. Like I'm just
yeah, exactly.
I'm not used to that. Like it's more like Genesis is better, you smell like, but now it's just like I'll fucking kill you. I know where you live. Just like Jesus Christ, like when did that become console wars? And so
2012.
Like can we just go back to saying that like Nintendo is for babies and only the real gamers play PlayStation or whatever and the babies play Nintendo. I'll take that over like I literally know where your job is, and I'm actually waiting in my car right now because you just told me that Xbox is better than PlayStation, and you need to atone for that.
And so, seeing some of these people who might be like well, my regular by day, I'm just waiting for the Storm and Q. But I'm an Xbox fan. So a lot of those people were like, I'm so conflicted. I'm part of another like weird faction on the internet, but now that Microsoft has like aligned itself with the vaccine, I guess I have to join PlayStation Nation. Like, so like the Twitter replies were like weird because it was like picture a grid. Along this axis are people who care way too much about PlayStation versus Xbox. And along this axis are people who, I don't know, accept science versus fucking idiots who believe that, like, horse medicine will save them.
Right.
just seeing how the people who land on that grid interacting with each other in the Twitter comments was like giving me such life. Like, well, I may be PlayStation Nation, but thank you for your service, Xbox. You know, like, people should get vaccinated. Just hyper-factionalism on the internet just, like, breaks my mind. Oh, God. Did you guys wade into any of these comments? Did you look at any of this shit?
No, I couldn't do that to myself.
Okay. Yeah, admittedly, like, I am a person who, for years, a recurring bit on this show was Brian opens DeviantArt. What has Brian done? So, like,
right.
You know, I guess it makes sense that I'm the person who waded into these comments on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me transition to something which is a lot more wholesome. A dentist who's like, hey, y'all, if you could beat me in Smash, you get a free dental cleaning.
I mean,
that's pretty awesome.
It's definitely save some parents some money.
See, though, Rocky, what I think he's saying is I'm really good at Smash, and I'm looking for an opportunity to body some people.
I mean, I also get that.
Yeah. So, Dr. Shaw of Zen Family Dental, put his challenge up on Twitter and YouTube. And first of all, I think he's a smart man because this definitely got media traction. More than one outlet picked up stories of the Smash dentist. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, if you beat me, you get a free dental cleaning, but if you lose, you have to tell the whole world you lost to a dentist.
Yeah.
And also you have to pay for your dental
and you have to pay for your dental cleaning. He told media outlets that he is currently maining Pyramithra.
Of course he is.
Rocky, dig into this because
it's not special.
You're
They're
our
the
in-house
new
like Smash
characters.
expert.
That's all they are. They're sword characters. They're fast. They have great moves. So he picks an easy matchup against most of the cast. It's not special. Whatever.
Okay, but so specifically, if you choose to take if you elect to take his challenge, though, he will not be playing Pyramithra.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm playing Pyramithra, but apparently the challenge is Fox only, stock 3 battles, 6-minute time limit, no items, no final smash, final destination. Both players are Fox.
Okay, whatever.
Does that seem like especially I don't know enough about high level Smash play to know about
That's not high level Smash. Don't worry about it.
What is fuck you, Dr. Shaw.
That wasn't that high level melee.
Yeah, that was the melee meme, but Ultimate doesn't work like that, so it doesn't matter.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so do we think this guy
I think it's a good
I think he's a savvy advertiser at the very least.
That's it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's where I think it boils down to for me. He's a savvy advertiser.
Yeah. He does clarify that if you want to take the challenge has to actually occur at his Ashland, Massachusetts office.
Of course, yeah. No online matches and then you fly in for a dental cleaning. That's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And that you need to sign up and that you have to do it during regular office hours when he's not seeing a patient.
Right.
And that you should probably bring your insurance information in case you lose.
Yeah. It's a little cheesy, but parents will take their kids or whatever, the teens who definitely need a cleaning, but want to bullshit with their dentist, so they just have them play some Smash beforehand. It's gonna get him a lot of business. I'm happy for him.
I just want him to walk out in his fucking lobby and see Sonic Fox. Like, that just... I feel like that'd be a good vibe, you know?
It'd be kind of fun. It's kind of wild, though. Like, Sonic Fox, like, almost certainly has insurance. I hope he does.
Sure. You know, but, like, I think that, like, there'd be... Because, like, now, for a while, Dr. Shaw has to worry about, like, you know, he walks out of the lobby and is like, oh, is this, like, a regular patient? Or is this a smash patient, right?
Right, yeah.
And that would be a case of, like, Dr. Shaw emerges into the waiting room, like, that is definitely a smash patient. Such a good vibe. So yeah. So, like, okay, sword, lame-o, super fast sword character. What he thinks is, like, this very specific set of conditions that he think makes the challenge sound like high level is just probably dates the guy as how old he is.
I mean, that's not a problem, actually. Like, and the match, like, format there, like, isn't, like, it's not crazy difficult or anything. Like, it's not meant to bully, like, people who aren't in the know. Like, it's just, like, a simple match that, like, a lot of people will recognize. Like, it's a meme, which is, you know, makes the process simpler to, like, move through.
Want to talk Discord?
Sure. What's going on with Discord?
Okay. So it feels like a good time to check back in with Discord. Like, I think our last major Discord story was Discord rejecting Microsoft's purchase offer.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right. When Discord rejected a $12 billion buyout from Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So there was recently an interview with Discord CEO Jason Citron in the Financial Times where he was talking about, like, the objectives of Discord. What is Discord trying to do? A company which is currently valued at $7 billion. And he said in the interview, there's a big trend of people shifting away from broadcast-wide open social media communication services to small, more intimate places. Mm-hmm. That's great news for chat services like Discord. We're a meaningful part of how that's evolving on the internet. And, like, I mean, I feel like that is worth calling out. Like, a lot of people, like, a lot of, like, media pundits and speculators have just wondered, well, okay, well, where is social media moving next? Like, if people, like, leave Facebook, leave Twitter, leave Instagram, what is the next closed network? And the answer seems to be not really. But they're also not going to things that just, like, emulate the features of, like, a social network, like, say, Mastodon. They just seem to be going to fancy IRC, which is Discord. And the company is currently worth $7 billion, but as social media exodus continues, Discord is, like, branching out, adding more features, and their current objective is they're looking to more than double their current valuation. They're targeting a valuation of $15 billion in their upcoming funding round. Sony has a minority stake in Discord. Mm-hmm. They have 15%. But Discord, like, Citron says that currently Discord is in talks with every console platform holder. They're talking to everybody. I know that one thing that we have talked about repeatedly on this show is just how bad the social features are on the Switch. And it's also worth noting that like the social features on the PlayStation are also completely garbage. How far out do y'all think we are from like a future where your social identity on consoles is like simply your Discord identity?
Pretty far off.
Yeah, I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. But go ahead.
Do you think it's this console generation? Do you think that it'll ever be universal? Do you think these platform holders will like continue to like have something in place for like socializing without Discord?
Why would they ever give up that clout? Like, what is there for them to gain?
I think about like how both Microsoft and Sony launched last generation with proprietary solutions for listening to your own music while you play games. Like both Sony and Microsoft were like, you can use our proprietary solutions to listen to your music, and how customers didn't engage with those proprietary solutions at all, and how both of them eventually just said, fine, fuck it, listen to Spotify, and like backed away from their own internal solutions for listening to music during gameplay. And I wonder if that like foreshadows platform holders backing away from other quality of life features in an effort just to increase their overall footprint and toehold.
I mean,
like go ahead.
So, I don't think that's comparable, specifically because, like, if giving up, like, the identity part of their thing, like, if it'd be different if there was, like, Discord, what's it called, integration into, like, each console, like, iteration or whatever. But, like, for them to say, hey, your Discord ID is just your you can use your Discord ID instead of your PSN ID, or your Discord ID instead of your, like, Xbox gaming ID doesn't make sense for them to do, because they run all of their stuff through the game history, their payment processing, like, and it's across multiple apps. I don't know why they would give up that power, especially to someone like Discord. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly think of it in the other way, where it's wouldn't Discord just make it so that you log in with your PlayStation account or your Xbox account versus like everyone makes a Discord account. I guess like every account becomes a Discord account through. I still agree with what you're saying overall, though. I don't think they would give up that share, that clout.
Yeah, like I could see the door swinging that way as well. And with crossplay being a much more like regular fact of life now, that if platform holders didn't have to cede ground on just user identity, that like partnering with somebody like Discord could make crossplay a lot more seamless. So you're like, yay, I can party up with my Uncle Frank, and my Uncle Frank is on PlayStation. But thanks to Discord, like, it's no big, you know, like I just play on my Xbox and do my Xbox things, and it never seems weird. So I mean, I could see that.
I feel like it may work a bit more like, say, how like credit cards actually work, or like I guess debit cards, because they all like they all have regions, you know, like they all control space, but like they just agree to use each other's cards. And I could see Discord being like a mediator in that conversation, to have like an ultimately like what appears to be a platform agnostic like chat system, but what it really is that all the systems have agreed to talk to each other.
Okay. I guess another piece of this is, where does Discord fit with Valve's platform ambitions? Something that Valve started doing this week was sending out Steam Deck dev kits, like a dedicated piece of hardware for developers to target Steam Deck specs in development and target the Steam Deck user experience. Because like one place I definitely can't think of like there being good platform wide, like voice like other than Nintendo, like one other place I can't think of there being good platform wide social features is Steam. Like they have relied for much of their life on like other people providing those like voice and text features effectively.
Doesn't it? Steam has its own like voice client.
It has its own, but they I don't think they expect
That's
you
fair.
to use it.
Yeah, it is very much some like we duct taped this on shit.
I don't know. I guess I could see like Steam Discord integration, but if only because Steam would rather not deal with this and just give it to someone else.
Yeah. I could see that being a thing where they could... I could see in their case, they could conceivably use that as like a bullet point in their like sales pitch to prospective customers for their piece of hardware, right? Like, hey, you won't have to set up a new identity. This will use an identity that you're already comfortable with, your Discord identity.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know if it'd be a game changer or anything, but I think it'd be real. Like, that seems like something that's within reach.
Well, I feel like this has been a show.
Yeah, Brian, take us home.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. Hey, everyone, this has been our show. It's called Impossible Coin.
It is.
We do it every week.
Fuck SoundCloud.
Yeah, fuck SoundCloud. And as you guys
T-shirts.
know, the show that we make has music at the beginning and end of it, and it was produced, curated, and locally sourced by the man, the myth, the legend, Big Sach. Big Sach, you want to tell the people where they could find you or talk to you or whatever?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter over at Hillary_Swank. And I didn't steal that one from Joey Badass. By the way, I came up with it on my own. Also, just be on the lookout. My band recently reunited, and we recorded an EP. So next month we will be releasing our EP from our new project called Between Rooms. It's a very generic name, but it sounds cool. So I know if you look it up now, what I mean by when I say generic name, when you look it up now, you may not find anything because we don't have anything out yet. But next month, if you look on my socials, you will see Between Rooms EP coming out soon. I'm playing bass on that, so I hope you guys enjoy. And thank you guys again for having me on. As always, I really love it when you guys have me on, and I love being on the show and being a patron. Go sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah, you can find our Patreon at patreon.com, Impossible Coin Podcast. There you'll find our artisanal show notes, our bespoke watch-alongs, and, audio essays about things that we care about, like anime and wrestling and handhelds. Handhelds coming soon, I swear to God. We also have a logo. It was designed by Lauren Moran. She's also on Patreon. Give her a bit of money, too, if you have a money to spare. And if you want to talk to us, you can find us on Twitch at twitch.com, Impossible Coin. We stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tegan's playing Skyward Sword. I'm playing Tales of Symphonia. And if you want to talk to us but don't want to see my face or whatever, you can find us on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No dashes, underscores, anything weird like that, because we don't do that. But that's us. That's the show.
Yeah. It's true. Thank you for hanging out. Peace.
Bye, everyone.
Later.
Sach is a hero.